Mr. Manager, you were recently quoted as saying playoffs or death. What do you take to that now? Brains! Oh no, it looks like he's turned into a zombie. Well, oh well. Hello everyone, I'm Matthew Wilson and SamuraiHex, and I've literally just recorded like 10 minutes into the episode without realising my mic was not on. So, clap, clap, clap for me. Yeah, after last season's disappointment, where we said playoffs of death, and now I, the manager, am a zombie, reenacted, or whatever, by foul necromancy rituals, I've come back. Better than ever, and we're now promotional death. And if I die this time, that'll be that. Probably. Who knows? But if you have been enjoying this series, I think the past two episodes have been peak quality of this channel. Like, they've been the two best episodes I've ever made, I think. So if you have been enjoying them and you want to support the channel, you can just like the video. You can share it with friends and family. You can follow me on Twitter, Twitch, where I'm streaming now every weekday. It's 3 till 6. That's guaranteed now. I've tried and figured it out. It's going to be 3 streams of Football Manager and possible 2 streams on 2 other games or 1 other game, depending. It depends on what happens. So yeah, you can follow me on there. You can subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for push notifications so you'll never miss an upload and all that good stuff. And there's also a link to my second channel where I'm about to record an episode right after this for my second channel, so expect to see that coming out in the coming weeks. It'll probably take a bit more time than what this takes to edit, considering everything, how I edit these compared to how I edit other videos back when I was doing this Football Manager 2021 and other games at the same time. So yeah, but you're not interested in all that stuff, I guess. You're interested in what has happened since then. Well, I've been animated back to life. And yeah, so last season, this is a spoiler if you haven't watched those episodes, go watch them. Because the last 2 episodes have been amazing. Like I said, peak quality on my channel. Really good. Probably the 2 best episodes I've ever uploaded. But yeah, we drew the game and ended up slipping from 4th place all the way to 7th. Point behind the playoffs. Disappointment. And so I, of course, committed seppuku, or whatever it is. Is it seppuku? I really don't know. I've completely forgotten the name of it. I committed ritual suicide in Japanese law, as my samurai does. And I was reenacted to the dead by Derby County owners to continue on my work for another season to try and get us finally back promoted to the Premier League. So, let's look at the transfers. But first, let's look at season preview. Yes, we're meant to be finishing 6th. In terms of quality, we are 6th best team in the league. That is something, considering in the first season, when we joined, we were 24th, 700 to 1 favourites to get relegated or whatever. We're like so far out of it compared to 23rd, and we somehow survived. And then last season we're like 18th favourites to go down, 18th best team in the league, whatever, and we somehow got in nearly into the playoffs. So this time we're meant to be 6th. We're meant to be really good. So I'm hoping we can do ourselves justice from last season and actually win. But we've got transfers that have happened, and some probably I didn't want to make. So Dylan Williams has been sold. When he was at the start of the season, start of the save, he was only 2-star, but because we had hardly anybody in left wing back or left back or even midfield, we had to play him, and he started out as a midfielder, and he was just so good. And eventually, when we turned to the left wing backs, he started playing at left wing back, and it was good game. All the way until it was like 4 stars. Corny says his only current ability of 3.5 star, but at the time when I sold him, it was 4 star. So he's a bit better than what the scouts already rate him of. But I didn't want to sell him, but Fulham came in with an offer of like 2 million or something altogether. I was like, okay, that's not good enough. But then I read that he said he will be very upset if I decline it. So I was like, oh god, I don't want to sell him, but I don't want an unhappy player in my books. So I bit the bullet. I didn't sell him for 2 million. I got the main offer to 7 million and added some clauses that eventually rises it to 9.5 million. I think we've also got like a 50% percentage of profit as well, or sale, next transfer sale, whatever they sell him for, we get 50% of it, which was a major factor in why we sold him as well. So yeah, I think we've got a good deal for him if he plays all those games, and as soon as he's apparently registered as a regular starter, I'd assume he would get all those games. So he should be getting to 9.5 million whatever in the future quite soon, I would hope. So yeah, we sold him, which is disappointment. We then sold Ryan Alsop. He was back. He's like, it's funny. He's never played a game for us. He says he joined in 2021-22, and then of course 2022-2023 he was with us, and he never played a game then. I don't think he's even played a competitive game for us because it's always been Kelly Roos. And then of course last season we got Alzabal. That makes Roos the backup. So we sold Alsop to Bolton Wanderers for 36k. Don't know if it's rising. It's rising to 39.5. I think that is a good deal for him, considering at the start of the season, last season, we were getting offers for him, and they were only in the 20. So he's actually gone up in price, which is good for saying he's never played a game for 2 years. We also finally sold Michael Jacobs. He was a bit of a panic buy, you could say. We needed a bit more depth in January in the first season because we had literally no players and all of them were youngsters. So we signed this guy, Michael Jacobs. Of course, ex-Derby player at one point. We bought him for 40k. He played a lot in the first season. It was quite good, but then the second season he fell out of favour. We ended up putting him on the transfer list, and finally Sunderland have come in for 28.5k. A bit of a loss of signing, but hey, we'll do it. We then also sold Tyrion Wilson, just a youngster. He could have played for us. He was at Barrow last season. He played a fair bit first season, but after the loan, he didn't progress as well as he would have liked. He was like 3-star potential ability, and if they're only the players that ever get to 3-star potential ability, no matter if they're 2.5-star current ability or 2-star, and they're not in the first team plans, I'm more likely to sell them than I am. I don't actively look to sell them, but they're more likely to go and be let on a release after the contract runs up. So yeah, we sold Tyrion Wilson, 120k, rising to 190 to Blackpool. Hopefully he can become a success over there. We also finally sold Joe Pritchard. He was possibly still in our first team plans. Of course, we signed him for 185k from Accrington Stanley. He did decent in the first season, decent in the second for the amount of games he played, really. But Barnsley, he was on the transfer list since that season, and then Barnsley finally offered a deal of 300k all up front. I was like, okay, I'll let you go. We also sold Kamil Josiak. Now, I remember saying at the start of last episode that if we get someone coming in for him, I'm quite likely to sell him if it's a good deal. And his worth was like 800k to 2 million. I tried to rise it a bit higher than what they were offering of about 1 million. And so we ended up getting 2.4 million for him. I think it's a good offer. It's all up front. Well, some is in installments, but literally all up front. There's no like clauses or whatever. It's a bit of a disappointment that we signed him for 3.6k. Say 3.6 million, and we only sold him for 2.4, but he's just not been good enough, decent enough for us. So we now look at the players that signed. Of course, at the start of the season, when when transfer window came in, we signed Brandon Brian Vore, who is a youngster. I showed you all these last episodes, so I'm not going to go really into him. We've got Tyler Fredrickson from Man United and another guy, Josiah Linton from Tottenham. So they all came in as youngsters, hopefully getting a good game time, maybe go on loan, get some good in their current ability, near to their potential ability. But then we've got the signings that actually came in. So the first one we signed in was Jay De Silva. When Brandon Williams was not lucky he was going, we looked at the market for people who were 3.5 star, current ability or higher. Jay De Silva came up, who was at Crystal Palace last season and played a bit, not much. He was at Bristol the year before and a bit of the season before, and he did quite well in terms of assists. So I thought, okay, 1.5 million versus 2 million, that's a decent offer. We put it in, they accepted it, and he's joined. But unfortunately, he's only 3-star current ability, not the 3.5 star like it said he was, which is a bit unfortunate. But he's still our main choice left wing back now, unless Lee Buchanan gets a bit happier that we're not giving him a contract. We also signed Johan Visa or Johan Wissa. He comes in from Brentford. He was signed for 8.5 million from FC Lorient for Brentford in the Premier League. I played only 7 games and then got loaned out last season to Montpellier. We had a decent season, I would say, with 7.26 average rating. We got him on the dead cheap of 175k. For someone they signed for 8.5 million, we get him for 175k. It's a steal. And you can tell it's a steal because his like price tag's gone up. So I think he's going to be a good player. He plays left wing or striker. We also signed this guy. This was actually the director of football signing him. I decided to go with it. Dan Lundley. He's a striker and a ringer. He comes in from Southampton, where he played a bit in the Premier League. He was on loan the first season at Lincoln, where he got a good goal tally. His development's been hit a bit because of him not playing last season much. But for the Premier Championship and for the final season, he'll be good buy, I think. So I just let the director football go for him, and he did. Jed Wallace was our signing. He's our possible right wing back, most likely to play striker or winger. He comes in from Watford. He was at Millwall at the start of the season where he did really well. Watford saw him, bought him. He played really well in the Premier League for 2 seasons, I'd say, for a player of his quality. And we've signed for 1.1 million, rising to 1.4. I think that's a really good signing. So he has joined. And then this is another guy we signed. I signed him, Judge Saville. We needed like a backup in centre mid. I was looking at people who were good quality, and Judge Saville came up as quite cheap. Well, the cheapest of who we could sign. And he says he's a regular star, but he's not. It's going to be a backup. He's going to get out unhappy really quickly, but I think for a while he will do. He was, of course, at Millwall, where he's been quite good in the Championship and in League One. We've signed him for 2 million, rising to 3. Hopefully, he will be a good signing. And then we've got the rest of the signings. So the rest of the sales, we've got some people loaned out. Borkovic, Robinson, and Steve Garrett have all been loaned out to non-league clubs. Actually, Borkovic, don't know if Newport are in non-league now. Nope, it's still in League 2. Not doing as well as they have been, because you would have thought they would get promotion by now, but they're a bit underpowered, I feel Newport are underpowered in FM. They've always have been. They always do well in the seasons, yet for whatever reason they never do well in the games. It's weird. So yeah, we sold this guy, Jordan Brown, just a youngster. He was 2-star current ability or 1.5-star current ability, 2.5-star potential. He was always going to be let go at the end of the season. So of course we got an offer for 40,000.5k, rising to 52. We decided to sell him to Bolton. Hopefully he'll do good there. Dominic Woodbine and Reece Belford and Silko Thomas have all gone on loan. Max Bardell's also gone on loan. We've also sold this guy, Almeida Ibrahim. Now, he was a good player in terms of current ability, potential ability, I mean. However, his current ability was poor. And I thought, this is the final season of the save. The only way I'm going to continue it is if it's on stream, which I don't think I will. So, I decided to push in on him for 425k versus 475 to Barnsley. Hopefully he'll do well. He was an upcoming youngster. I think only last game Derby played in real life, he was on the subs bench, which was against Barnsley, which I fell asleep watching, which we ended up losing 2-1 in real life. So that can tell you when we literally record these. So yeah, he is an upcoming youngster, but he will never get into the first team in the first season or upcoming seasons for a while. So we sold him as soon as this is the last season of the save. We've also loaned out Cian Ake, Kai Maguire. We've also loaned out Luke Plange and Courtney Clark. We then sold Louis Watson. He played a bit in the first season when we had hardly anybody available in his position. Then loaned him out to League 2 to Port Vale, but his potential ability went down to 3, and we thought, okay, he can be sold. Birmingham came in with £100,000 offer, raised to 110, and yeah, we sold him. It's disappointment to say because he played quite a lot in the first season, but yeah, we've outgrown him quite quickly. It shows how much progress we've made. And we also sold this guy, Seb Thompson. Now this was the same guy, same reason as Ibrahim, or whatever his name was, Almeida Ibrahim. Was it Almeida Ibrahim? Yeah, Almeida Ibrahim. It's the same as Almeida Ibrahim. Just a youngster. He never played for us, was on loan at York in the first season, did well. Was loaned at Scunthorpe, second season did even better. And now... Oh, so that's a very loud noise outside. I hope you don't hear that. But yeah, Bournemouth offered 1.5 million, rising to 101.8. I was like, for him? In the final season? Yes, please. And we just sold him for that man. Of course, he's worth a lot more now, but I'm happy to sign him for millions, which helped me sign a bit more players. So, another player who came in was Bashir Humphreys. He's just a youngster. Hopefully he can get to his potential ability. I don't know why we're signing these players. It's mostly a director of football, head of youth development. Just letting him accept it. So he's coming from Chelsea. We signed Taylor Moore. This was the my signing, I think. I forgot. He comes in as our really good player. Probably back up at first until... Because it probably means Bielik is even further down the pecking order at his quality of 3.5 star. That's how good Bielik is, and we're not playing him. So, yeah, Tyler Moore will be a better player than him in centre back. He comes in from Bristol City. He was at Hearts the first season, did well with them, then played quite a lot of times for Bristol City in the second season. We paid a bit of money, 2.6 rising to 3.6, but I think he's worth it. Hopefully he'll be a good signing. Then this was a director of football. I wasn't happy with it, but I just let it go through because we could always do with more backup in case injuries happen. I don't know why, but he tried to sign like 5 different defenders, centre backs, and only let him sign the ones that were 3.5 star. Current ability, apparently, scouts again saying he's 2.5 star current ability. In fact, he's only 3 star, so he'll probably hardly be played this season. But he comes in for 425k from Manchester United. First season he was with Hull. He did well with them. His potential ability has gone down and his quality has gone down probably because of not being played at all last season. But hey, he'll do well with us. We've also signed Kelvin Ahebebethalman. I do not know how to pronounce that name. He comes in on a free from Reading. Hopefully he can be a good player. Potential ability is not there, but he could be good. Who knows? We've also brought in Jaden Smith, just another youngster. He's got a bit better potential ability. He comes in from Southampton. Jacob Hollard Wilkinson, another youngster. Not very good potential ability. He'll probably be let go at the end of the season. He comes in from Preston on a free. And then there's also Basil Zotos, a Belgian player. He has hardly any potential ability. He comes in from Sheffield Wednesday. I don't know why the head of youth development signed these people, but I just let it happen, thinking if the potential ability is higher than 2.5 stars than it was saying they were, I'll be happy. But in the end, it wasn't, so it's unfortunate. But hey, they'll be it's the final game of the final season of the save. So yeah. And then this guy was signed, Charlie Gord. This was again direct football. Again, wanting to sign a centre back, and I thought he was at the time rated 3.5-star current ability. That's why I decided to allow him to be signed, because of him being so cheap. He's actually gone down to 3-star. So he comes in from Brentford. I don't know why it's messed up like that. It says he was bought there, then loaned to Brentford. That is weird. Either way, he went on loan to Swansea last season and did quite well. But yeah, we bought him in for 100k. I don't know if it's rising. Yeah, it's rising to 135. Hopefully these players can be good, but I can see many of them not featuring, especially the centre backs. Just because we've got way too many. I kind of let the direct football just sign them because of the current ability at the time, but then the scouts are saying they're good and the coaches are saying they're not. They'll probably leave in the summer if we did another series, a season after this, put it that way. Especially if we get promoted. That leaves us with the finances. We've still got 2.5 million left. We've got 31 million in the overall balance, which is amazing. We've also got 400k wage. We're spending 20 less, so we've got enough to bring in a really top player for 2.5 million if we get a chance. I'm not looking at the time, but if a player like a striker comes in or someone, we might buy him. It depends. We have had some other people trying to be sold. Jason Knight was wanted, and by, I think it was Crystal Palace at the time. And they offered $3 million. We decided to decline it. Also, Max Bird was also wanted and offered. We accepted it, but declined it at the last second when he was about to join. He was fine. He was happy with that. He didn't mind not going in the end. We also accepted a bid for, where is he? Jack Stratton. We accepted a bid for him, and that was about 7 million. And I thought, oh, this is a good offer. But then in the end, I thought, no, I want him in my first team plan. So he was about to go, and then I declined at the last second. So we could have lost Max Bird, we could have lost Jack Stratton, but in the end, I decided against it. But the game today is against Blackpool. We've gone ahead way too hard into the season, so talking blah, 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 blah. We're talking way too long. Let's get into the game. Team for this game is Olazabal. Tyler Moore plays his first game of the season for us. First game of his career with us. Fagan Walker plays as well alongside Matt Clark. We have Jed Wallace playing at right wing back. Jada Silva playing at left wing back. Jason Knight, Max Bird as centre mids. Then we've got Lundley. I don't know. He's the right winger. We've got Wissa as a left winger, and we've got Jack Stratton as the striker. Stubbs as Nathan Byrne, Luke Offord, Christian Bielik, George Saville, Louis Sibley, Malik Quilk, and Rodrigo Muniz. I'm thinking about selling Jonathan Belingi, but again, he could be a good backup, so I'll probably keep him. Festive Sally, what I will do for Festive Sally that I forgot to do last time is put him on the loan list. We've also got some youngsters coming into the squad just back us up in case we need it. But let's get into this game. Finally, we're getting into a game. We talked way too long about transfers, but there has been a lot of transfers, a lot of activity, a lot. Hopefully we are a better side than ever. A really good side, hopefully. They're already saying we should be winning this. I will say that. I will go high faith to every single one of them. Everyone seems to be motivated or happy. That's good. Skip that. Let's get to the way I like it. There we go. Let's immediately do some encouragement as we've got a highlight in the 3rd minute with Blackpool. Got a tackle here. Okay, we clear it with Fagan Walker, I think. A bit defensive, and oh no, Fred Onayedema scores for Blackpool. What was Jed Wallace doing? He just let him go. It was either Jed Wallace's fault, and Moore could have done better as well. Okay, that's not a good start. That's not a good start to a start of the season. I will, as soon as it lets me demand more. Come on, we can't be losing against Blackpool. We really can't. Come on. Really? Nothing? We've got loads of yellow cards now. Come on, Derby. You're better than this. I hope we just don't have one of those seasons where, oh, we missed out the playoffs on the last day. Let's all play rubbish now because of that. I just hope that doesn't happen. Which it looks like it is. I am thrashing my arms. I'm saying, what was that? I'm also going to go attacking. And I'm going to berate. Come on. Come on. Honestly? Okay, we're making a sub. And Lundley could come off for Malik Wilkes. I don't know how else to take off. Probably just that for Balik. Let's just do it like that for now. Maybe put a striker on at the end. Rodrigo Muniz or someone if he's on the bench. I forgot. Demand more. As we can see there. Nearly. Come on, Stratton, get on a run. Okay, he passes it to Whisper and it's down with Wilkes. Whisper shoots, blocked, and eventually cleared. And that's the highlight done. Why is Elizabeth anxious? Why are you anxious? Right, Jack Stratton's coming off. Rodrigo Muniz will be played as the striker. Hopefully we can get a goal, because I'm not happy. This is really poor. Come on, Derby. Berate. I'm going to throw the water ball if we don't win this game. As Clark's ball's poor. And Blackpool probably going to break and score now. With Thornley, Robson, Anderson, gives it all the way to Onyeadima. Goal score for Blackpool. Okay. Okay. Are we rubbish or are we rubbish? Very attacking. Come on, get a goal. Even if you do score here, I'm throwing the water ball. We are lucky that we have drawn this game. Good work with it, Wissa. Or Visa. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Comments help me. Tell me how to pronounce his name. Good goal in the end. But oh my god. I'm just saying that. I've got enough motivation. I don't care about the people who are unhappy. If they're unhappy, they'll face your wrath. My wrath. How you pronounce it? Oh my god! How did we? How? I'm having to check. Let's check the stats. Let's go on to schedule and go on to that. What was the stats? Yeah, Blackpool only had 9 shots. We had 16. XG was basically the same, but we had so many more shots on target, and we only scored in the 94th minute. Vissa has saved our skins. And no wonder I managed to shout at them and then none of them got unhappy, because that just was not good enough. And it's not a good start to the season. That is a game we should be winning. But anyway, I've been Matthew Wilson of SamuraiHex. If you have somehow enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It does help the channel out immensely. Share it with your friends and family or anyone in between on Twitter or on some other thing like Facebook. The more people share it on Facebook, the more it says you get likes on Facebook, which gives it up in the YouTube algorithm. It's weird how it tells it's a like, but it's just a share in fact, which is a good way to getting your views up and your subs count up for YouTube if more people like it share it on Facebook and Twitter. You can also share it on Reddit if you want. But yeah, I'm Matthew Wilson of SamuraiHex. Check out all my socials, check out my second channel, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I've been Hex, also known Matthew, and I'll see you next time. Hex signing out. Bye everybody. Brains.